Hello everyone and welcome back to Summer Explorers Camp. In this video, we're going to be telling you guys the story of the Zodiac, but with a twist. So as we talked about today, the story of the Zodiac has to do with the Chinese New Year. So the new lunar year, or the Chinese New Year, typically marks the beginning of the Chinese calendar year, and each cycle or year is named after an animal. And so the way that this came about is actually from a story. And so like with any story in folklore or legend or mythology, there are lots of different versions. So there's lots of different ways that you can tell the story that makes sense. But the one that we're going to tell you today is based on the story of the Great Race. So we're going to tell you this story, and then also we want to make mention that if you were able to purchase a packet, we included a fun little worksheet that lists all the different years since this kind of zodiac idea became really popular, and they list what animal represents each year. And so the way that they're listed on the worksheet also has like kind of a compatibility thing. So you can look and see what year your brothers or your sisters or your friends might have been born in, and it shows how compatible the people from two different years are. So it's just a fun little activity for you guys to look at and to kind of get an idea of what we're saying. But without further ado, we will start our story. We're gonna do a little switching and then we'll begin. All right, this is the story of the Great Race. The story of the Chinese Zodiac. An invitation to a grand race. A long, long time ago, before his departure from Earth, Buddha decided to have a grand race, and all the animals in the kingdom were invited. Unfortunately, only 12 animals showed up at the event. Grateful for their efforts, Buddha rewarded them by naming each year of the Chinese zodiac calendar after these 12 animals. The calendar was arranged according to the order in which they finished the race. The 12 animals that came for the grand race were the rat, the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, the snake, the horse, the goat, also sometimes called the sheep or the ram, the monkey, the rooster, the dog, and the pig. These are what we now know as the Chinese zodiac animals. Where is the cat? Upon hearing of Buddha's invitation to the grand race, the cat invited his best friend the rat to join him, and they agreed to go together. But the cat had a habit of waking up late, so fearing he might miss the grand race, he asked the rat to wake him up the next morning. The rat, however, forgot his promise and left without his best friend. Alas, when the cat finally woke up, it was already too late, and he did not make it to the race on time. Hence, there was no year in the Chinese zodiac named after the cat. And this is why, until this day, the cat will always hunt the rat. The cunning rat and the kind ox. The rat was actually too excited about the race. That's why he forgot to wake up his friend the cat. Along the way, the rat saw that other animals were already in front of him, and they ran much faster than he did. Before the finishing line, there was also a river to cross, and it was not a small river. The rat was already feeling tired, and there was still a long way to go. He was also a poor swimmer. Worried about falling behind, he came up with a brilliant idea. The rat knew that the ox was the mightiest swimmer and a very straightforward animal who would believe anything. So he pleaded with the ox to let him ride on its head. The rat tried to convince the ox that because he was just a small animal, he would not be able to run faster than the ox when they reached the shore. The ox, being a kind and straightforward animal, agreed to let the rat ride on its head and swim across together. As they neared the shore, the rat quickly jumped off the ox's back and sprinted to the finishing line, much to the ox's disappointment. Hence, the rat was the first to arrive, followed by the ox. The first year in the Chinese zodiac calendar is therefore named the year of the rat after the cunning rat, and the second year is the year of the ox. The mighty tiger. Not far behind the ox came the tiger. Although the tiger is a fast animal, he had a problem when trying to cross the river. The heavy current kept pushing him downstream. However, with all his might, he finally managed to get to shore and came in third in the race. So the third year of the Chinese zodiac calendar is the year of the tiger. The lucky rabbit. Suddenly, the rabbit appeared. He was all wet and looked very tired. He tried to cross the river by jumping from stone to stone, but he lost his balance, fell in, and almost drowned. Fortunately, he managed to hold on to a floating log and later made it to shore. So the fourth year in the Chinese zodiac calendar is the year of the rabbit. The helpful dragon. Although the dragon can fly, he only came in fifth. Apparently, he had to slow down because he had to make rain for all the people and all the creatures on Earth. Also, he saw the poor rabbit holding on to the floating log, struggling to stay afloat. The dragon huffed and puffed his breath to push the log to shore. The rabbit never realized that he was saved by the dragon. That is why babies born in the year of the rabbit always enjoy good fortune in the year of the dragon. So the fifth year is the year of the dragon. The swift horse and the clever snake. As soon as the dragon took his seat next to the rat, ox, tiger, and rabbit, the horse came charging in. He thought he would be the sixth animal to arrive, but he was wrong. Unnoticed by the horse, the snake had clung to his leg, and at the moment they were about to reach the finishing line, the snake quickly jumped off. The horse, taken by surprise, lunged backwards and lost to the snake, who claimed the sixth position. So the sixth year is named the year of the snake, and the seventh year is the year of the horse. The teamwork of the goat, monkey, and rooster. Moments later, the goat, monkey, and rooster came almost together. Just before the rooster was about to cross the river, he saw the monkey and the goat. He convinced them to work together and help each other when crossing the river, instead of doing it all by themselves. So they made a raft. But it was a small raft, and it wasn't easy to steer with all three of them on it. They had to push and pull, and finally managed to cross the river. Running to the finishing line, the goat managed to arrive first, followed by the monkey, and then the rooster. So the eighth year is the year of the goat, the ninth year is the year of the monkey, and the 10th year is the year of the rooster. The playful dog and the hungry pig. Although the dog was a good swimmer, he came in at 11th place. He is a playful animal and was splashing around in the water too much, leading the others to overtake him. So the 11th year is the year of the dog. Long after the 11 other animals had already arrived, the pig finally appeared. In fact, Buddha had given up hope of any more animals arriving when he suddenly heard, as you might expect, the pig was hungry, and although he was in the race, he decided to stop and eat. He ate way too much, grew sleepy, and finally dozed off. He was lucky to wake up just in time to come in 12th, the last position. So the 12th year of the Chinese zodiac is the year of the pig. And that is the end of our story.